Hello, everybody, and good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Thank you for coming to this evening class, evening English improvement class. And nice to see you, everyone. So 20 people are here. First of all, I want to ask you, were you in first session of this common errors or no? Who was in the first session? Were you at the first session, or this is your first time you come to this class, common errors in English? Of course, you can, if you don't want to speak, you can type in the group chat and say. I hope one person answers. Okay, no response to paging. There is no, this is first. Okay, thank you. From A, Mr. or Mrs. A, yeah, first. So first class. First of all, if this is your first class, I want to review in a short minute. Review our first class of these common errors, and now, and then we turn to the second sessions topic. So let me bring that page to you. By the way, I hope everyone is fine in this cold weather, fine and healthy. All right. So I'm sharing my screen with you. Can you see my screen? Everybody?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, that's nice. So whatever you can see, just a second. Here we go. Yes. Whatever you see here is the first class topic, common errors in using English. At the first class, we studied the use of a. Where do we use a? Where do we use an? We studied the vowels, A, E, I, O, U, and then we studied the consonants, how to write an adjective before a noun, after a noun, or where to write an adjective, as you see here, an adjective plus noun. And people, if you have any questions or problems, you can ask me in Turkish or in English, no problem. Or you can type in the group chat. I'm checking your the group chat as well. So take it easy and enjoy your learning time. Second one, we studied the word abandon. What is the meaning of abandon? And as you see here, we learned how to use abandon. And then ability, how to use ability to plus verb, noun for doing plus ability. These are the forms that we studied at the first session, and some words meanings as you see here. In short, this is the first class excerpt or summary of first class. Now, whatever we are going to study is the rest of that part. We studied up to this page. We studied about part. We finished about part. Now we are going to study the above part. Is the size of this page okay, or should I should zoom it? The size is okay. Can everybody see my page, my screen? Okay, thank you for not answering. So today we are going to study about above. Above. First is above. And let me zoom it out. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay, so one person starts reading this part. Of course, these classes are interactive. What is interactive? Interactive means I ask you something, you will answer. I will ask you to read, ask questions, answer, whatever is needed for a real class. So it's not a movie, it's not a cinema to watch and enjoy. No, you will do some activities, you learn and enjoy. So the word above, one person, please. Can you please read this part? A volunteer, a strong girl or a strong boy. Yes,
I can read it.
please. Yes. Is this,
There were
madam? Is this your first session, first class?
no second class.
Second. So you remember something about the past time, and your name is Özlem, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So Özlem, could you please read it?
of course.
Mm-hmm.
There were about 100 people in the crowd. There were over 100 people in the crowd.
Okay, what are the differences? You see here, there were above 100 and over 100. Which one is right? Of course, over 100 is right. Why? Read the explanation.
Don't use about with numbers. He is over 8 unless referring to points a scale on a scale.
Mm-hmm.
He is over 80 years of age. I
Mm-hmm.
receive over 20 liters a day. Compare, don't let the temperature get above 30 degrees.
Right. Unless referring to points on a scale. So as you see here, the Turkish meaning of above, I have mentioned here. You can see it. Can you see the Turkish meaning?
Yeah, I can see
All
it.
right. And you know, in this case, we cannot say above 100. We can say over 100. Means the meaning of over here means more than 100. Okay. But some people mix it and they make a mistake. They say above 100. We never say above 100. We say over 100, over 10 million, over 20 pounds or something like that. And I'm checking the group chat. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, thank you. Above number 2, who can read this part? Above number 2, a volunteer.
Teacher,
Uh-huh. Yes, sir. May I have your name, please?
my name is Odin.
Odin, okay. So Odin, read number 2, please.
Okay. I like to study at home on a Sunday, as I have said above. I like to stay at home on a Sunday, as I have already said.
Okay. I like to stay at home on Sunday as I've said above, or I like to stay at home on Sunday as I've already said. You see the Turkish meaning of already means önceden. And so in this case, we cannot say I said above. I said above means this. It's wrong. I already said before now I said. So I have already said. So read next part, Odin.
Yes, please. What do you think of the above section?
Suggestion.
Yes. What do you think of my this suggestion?
Okay. Thank you, Odin. So what do you think of above suggestion is wrong? What do you think of my or this suggestion, my idea or my suggestion? We never say above suggestion. It is, again, wrong. As you see here, above is used in a formal writing. Above is used in a formal writing. Formal writing. So in informal situations, in everyday conversations, street talks, we never use or hardly ever use above. So above is used in a formal writing to refer to something that has been mentioned earlier, told earlier, earlier, or as you see, already told. From the above arguments, it can be seen that supporters of the dam project fall into two camps. In informal styles, this use of above is inappropriate. So in informal situations, if we use above, it is inappropriate. What is inappropriate? As you see here, in English, we say improper, or in Turkish, we say uygunsuz. Above number 3. Above number 3, please.
Can I do
Plus
that?
3. Sure, please.
Taking all the above into account, one could say that tourism does more harm than good.
And read the true form.
Taking all the above arguments into account, one could say that tourism does more harm than good.
All right.
Instead of using the
No.
above...
It's enough. It's enough up to this point.
Okay.
So let me explain it. So number 3 says, taking all above into account, one could say that tourism does more harm than good. Maybe you don't understand some words. I'm going to explain. Just relax and learn. Next one is taking all above arguments into account, one could say that tourism does more harm than good. First of all, we have to learn about take into account. Take into account means, let me zoom it out, take something into account, or take account of something means consider. And you see here, I wrote the Turkish meanings here as düşünmek and dikkat almak. So if we consider, if we take something into account means we are paying attention to it and we focus on that one. Think about that. The use of above here again, and the other word here is argument. Argument has meaning as reasoning in English, and in Turkish you say a word something like that. And the next word, here we go. Above, taking all above in above arguments into account. Taking all above into account. In this case, we need one word here. I'm reading the explanation. Instead of using the above as a loose reference to something mentioned earlier, make the reference more precise. Precise means exact. Precise by using the above plus noun. This is the form. The above plus noun, or the noun plus above, like the above reasons, the statement above. All right. So how can we use it? Let me write it again, the form for you so that you understand it. We write it the above plus noun, like the above reasons, the above person, or the above statement. Or we can use it in the other form like this. We can say the noun above, like the reason above, the person above, something that is said or mentioned or told above earlier. So we use these two forms when we want to use above. So remember these two ones. These are very important. Let's go to the next part. So I want another strong person to read this part. Above all.
If anybody doesn't, I can make it.
Who's that?
That's
Altan?
me.
Again?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir. Why not?
He likes reading, above all novels. He likes reading, especially novels.
Novels. Okay, he likes reading above all novels. He likes reading, especially novels. So the meaning of above all I have mentioned here, as you see here in Turkish. Above all means most importantly. Most importantly, we have many items, but above all means the most important item. Most importantly, get plenty of sleep, eat lots of good food, and above all, do this, do this, do this, and above all, what? Above all, try to relax. There were many qualities that made him a great leader. Above all, the most importantly, he had charisma. I hope some people, when it is something new for you, please write it down, take some notes. It's very useful for you. Without taking notes, you cannot learn it. So we learned here above all. Above all means most importantly, as you see here in Turkish meaning. So number 2, above all, number 2. I want a volunteer here to read this part.
I can read?
Yes, please. As I see Zeynep, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
This year, English is above all my most important subject. This year, English is by far my most important subject.
So again, here we say by far. What is by far? As you see here in the green part, something is by far the best, or something is the best by far means you can see in Turkish açık ara en iyi. So it means that, for example, this is the wait a second, I need to mute some people here. It's so loud and we have some noise here. Okay.
Elif'ten sonra.
Okay. And all right, now they're muted. No, they're not muted. So everybody, please turn off your microphones. Yeah. So imagine we are comparing two things to each other. We say that this is good, but this is better than that. It's better like this or like this. Whenever we say by far means this one is down and this one is very up, very different. Like we are, for example, we are comparing the normal car with a Tesla or Lamborghini. So normal car is in this level, but Lamborghini is by far very different. So by far means that one. With a superlative form, the most important, use by far. The riot was by far the most horrific scene I've ever witnessed. So we use by far plus superlative adjective whenever there is a big gap between two things, not a little gap or little difference. And we never use above all. Number 3, above all, part 3. Who wants to read this part?
May I?
Yes, please, Enise.
Where would you like to go above all? Where would you like to go most of all?
All right. So, where would you like to go above all? Again, above all is wrong here. Above all means the most importantly. Where would you like to go most of all? Most of all. What is most of all? Let's go here. When you mean more than anywhere, anything, anyone else, use most of all, not above all. Or the most. Examples are here. What worries me most of all is that the car is not roadworthy. Most of all, something that, what is it? Something that is completely different from others. We say most of all, not above all. Or the one I liked the most was too expensive. So as you see here again, the most. We never say above all. We cannot say the one I liked above all was too expensive. The most. Very, very much. Thank you. Above mentioned, as you see here, the Turkish meaning I have quoted here. I want a person to read above mentioned part.
May I
Above
read this
mentioned.
part, please?
Yes, please. Why not?
Thank you. I would be grateful if you would send it to the address above mentioned. I would be grateful if you would send it to the above mentioned address.
Thank you. I would be grateful. Grateful means thankful. Grateful means thankful. I would be thankful if you would send it to the address above mentioned. I would be grateful if you would send it to the above mentioned address. So why the second one is right? Because of the order of the words. We need to change the order of the words. Above mentioned comes before the noun. All the times. Above mentioned plus noun. If you want to write the form, we need to write in this format. Let me write it here. Above mentioned plus noun. Above mentioned person, above mentioned country, above mentioned city. It's like this. And the above mentioned person, the above mentioned company, as you see here. Note that above may be used before or after the noun. The above address, the address above. We have the word above and above mentioned. All right, let me write it down here. Whenever we write above mentioned, we have to write noun after that. Just a moment. I need to disable something. So whenever we use above mentioned, we have to write a noun after that. Above mentioned person, above mentioned paragraph. But whenever we use above, just above, we use like this. Above noun or noun above. Address above or above address. Person above or above person. So it is possible. But whenever we use above mentioned, we need to have this format. We need to stick to this format. Thank you. So people, if you have any questions or problems, you can ask while I'm teaching. If you don't understand, you can ask me. Or if you want, you can type in the group chat. Yes, I'm listening, sir.
I'm trying to understand, but I don't understand anything. What you mean exactly? Everything about what?
About what? What do you mean?
We working about what? English.
These are, you know, is this your first class or second class?
This is first.
First, yeah. Because of that, you don't know. Yeah. So here in this class, we are checking the common errors, okay? Usual problems that people have when they're talking or using English, okay? We read the wrong example, and then we start learning and reading the true example. What can we say? This is wrong. Okay. Now, what can we say? What is the true form? Understand it? So this topic, these classes are about common errors of the English. All right. So here, for example, we are studying in this part, we're studying above mentioned. Many people have problems using above mentioned, word above mentioned. What is the problem? As you see here, we have wrong example here. And then right example, it is presented and I teach you how to use it. So do you understand, Alta?
Yes, sir. Thanks for explaining.
You're welcome. Again, if you have any questions or problems, ask me. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay. So these are the patterns. You know, pattern. Language is a pattern. What is pattern? Pattern in Turkish, as I know, it's called kalıp. Language is the pattern. From all the words, everything that we use is made of patterns. If we understand the patterns, we will have no problems using the language or speaking. Like this, above mentioned plus noun. It has a pattern. So we have to always stick to this pattern and don't forget it. Whenever we forget it, we mix it and we make a mistake. Everything is like that. For example, I say I go to school by bus. So can you say I bus school to go? Never. It has a pattern, a special pattern. So we put the words in the patterns and then we make a sentence and start speaking in a meaningful way. And whatever I present you here, number 1 are the errors. Number 2, the correct forms. Number 3, the patterns. Number 4, the new words and their meanings. Next part, after above all that we studied, here we have abroad. Abroad. As you see here, there's a Turkish meaning of abroad. One, please, a person, please read this part. Abroad.
May I?
Of course, yes, Enise.
Since I was small, I've always wanted to go to abroad. Since I was small, I've always wanted to go abroad.
Mm-hmm. So, wrong, people use it in a wrong form. How? They say, since I was small, I've always wanted to go to abroad. Since I was small, I've always wanted to go abroad, not go to abroad, as you see here. You say go abroad. Most people make a mistake here. Enisa, can you read the second 2 examples, right and wrong?
Yes.
I would like to.
I would like to continue my studies in abroad. I would like to continue my studies abroad.
Yes, again like that. In abroad, no, abroad. Go, leave, be, abroad, without to, at, in, etc. Always we use the word abroad without any prepositions, in, on, at, from. Always without a preposition. As you see here, the only preposition that is used before abroad is from. We use only one preposition with abroad. It is from. Example, she came back from abroad saying how much she had missed her home and family. Only we can say from abroad, just that one. And the other prepositions are not allowed in using abroad. For example, I want to travel abroad. I want to study abroad. I bought this, but for this one, I say I bought my car from abroad. What is abroad in English? Do you know the meaning of abroad in English?
You're going somewhere, you're living in Turkey and you're going another country, that's
right,
abroad.
yes, exactly. Or in English, just a moment, I'll write it here. In English for abroad, also they say overseas, abroad, other country, other than your own country.
Or can we use foreign?
Foreign countries, yes. Yeah. Not just foreign countries. Yes,
yeah,
you're right.
I mean like that.
Right, yes. Yes, Alta. Thank you. So we start considering the word absent. Who wants to read for the absent part?
That's could be me again.
Why not? I love strong people.
It's a pity that you were absent from the training season.
Session.
Session. It's a pity that you missed the training session. It's a pity that you weren't at the training session.
Okay, thank you so much. So before studying the examples, we have to understand the meaning of absent. I quoted here the meaning of absent, devamsız and yok. Miss means kaybetmek or kaçırmak. So we cannot use these words instead of each other. First word is, it's a pity that you were absent from the training session. In this case, we don't say absent, you miss it. It's a pity that you missed the training session, or it's a pity that you weren't at the training session. Be absent. So, a lady or gentleman, please read this part.
Can I keep continue?
Why not?
From where am I starting?
Here, be absent.
Be absent, not be present at something that you are officially supposed to attend. Her teacher wanted to know why she do being absent.
Why she'd been absent? She had been absent, yes. For example, in class, whenever you go to class, okay, you are present. Whenever you don't go to class, you are absent, all right? So, for example, today you are present, but some other people are absent here. Miss part?
Not be present at something. She's missed a lot of classes this term because of illness. I wouldn't miss Sandro's party for the world. For the world, that's right. I really want to go to it.
Yes. So in this case, miss. Miss means lose. You cannot catch it. Huh? You cannot catch it. You miss it. So in this case, we cannot use absent. And be at, I read this part, be at means be present at something. John won't be at the meeting. He's had to fly to Rome on business. Okay. So here we understood the role of absent. Where can we use absent? Where cannot we use? And the miss also. How can we use miss in our sentences? Absolutely part, the part for absolutely. Of course, from our class, we have only 10 minutes of our class. Absolutely, absolutely in Turkish, I have quoted here, as you see. So let's read the wrong and right examples for absolutely. Who wants to read?
I would
May
like
I?
to read it.
How many volunteers do we have? We have Özlem and only
Okay.
Özlem. Okay, you read it, Özlem, please.
It is absolutely important that you see a doctor immediately. It is very important that you see a doctor immediately. It is absolutely essential that you see a doctor immediately.
Thank you. It is absolutely important that you see a doctor immediately. Absolutely, the Turkish meaning is here. And here for important, we never use absolutely. We use very important or absolutely essential. What is essential? Who knows the meaning of essential?
Gerekli.
Can you say in English or yes, you're right. Turkish meaning is right. I give you the hint. Ne?
Need. Necessary.
Very good. Necessary. Essential, necessary, or urgent, we can say. I need to. Someone said need. It's true. For so we understand here. For important, we cannot use absolutely, but we can say very important. Or if we want to use absolutely, we write or say essential. Accept. As you see, the Turkish meaning is here. Except part is very good part because it's full of meanings and patterns. You see, I wrote all the patterns in the green color so that you understand. This is the meaning and this one is the pattern. I wrote all the patterns here. Accept part, a lady or a gentleman.
May
May
I
I?
read?
Gamze here.
The company will not accept to buy new machines. The company will not agree to buy new machines.
Exactly. So you see here the meaning of agree in Turkish and accept in Turkish. In this case, we cannot say company accept. Accept generally means say yes to somebody or something. Say yes to somebody or something. But in this case, we have to use always agree. The company will not agree to buy new machines. Gamze, can you please continue reading this part?
Yes, you accept someone's advice, opinion, or suggestions, but you agree.
Suggestion.
Suggestion,
Suggestion.
suggestion,
Uh-huh.
but you agree. Say you are willing to do something, compare suggestions, and agree to see the doctor that evening.
Yes. So if you want to know what is accept, what is agree, this example is a very good and useful example. I accepted her suggestion, her idea. I said yes to her, and I agreed to see the doctor. I agreed to see the doctor. We cannot say I agreed her suggestion and accepted to see the doctor. We cannot say that. We accept idea, as you see here, opinion, idea, or advice or suggestion. I accept your suggestion. I accept your idea. I accept your opinion. But we never agree your idea or opinion. So don't mix accept and agree. Second example for accept, a lady or a gentleman who wants to read this part.
If anybody doesn't, I can again.
You are the volunteer. Okay. The world loves strong people. Let's go.
The driver did not accept me to get on the bus. The right one, the driver did not allow me to get on the bus. The wrong one, we can accept a motorway to be built through our own or town, sorry. The right one, we can't allow a motorway to be built through our town.
Okay. So the first example, the driver did not accept me to get onto the bus. On the bus. The driver didn't accept me to get on the bus, said no. In this case, we don't say accept, we say allow. The driver did not allow me to get on the bus. What is the meaning of allow as I quoted here? Here we have the pattern for allow somebody to do something. Look, allow me, somebody, to do something, to get on the bus. So allow somebody to do something. Or for example, your father allows you to watch TV or not to watch TV. In this case, whenever you say you let, as you see here, all the words permit, allow, and let have the same meanings in Turkish, but the use are different. Second example, we cannot accept a motorway to be built through our town. We cannot allow, again, allow somebody to do something. Allow a motorway, a motorway to be built through our town. Again, you see allow somebody to do something. Allow a motorway to be built through our town. So you allow or permit someone to do something. You see, permit somebody to do something. Or you let them do it. Let somebody do something. let somebody do something. For example, I'm a teacher and you're in class. You say, teacher, may I go out? I say, okay, I let you go. Not I let you to go. I let you go. So the pattern for let is different from permit and allow. Here, many parents do not allow or permit their children to watch violent films. Many parents do not let their children watch violent films. So in this case, if you let or don't let, allow, don't allow, or permit, don't permit, we have these words, but we never say accept. Accept only means say yes to somebody or something. Next part is access. Access. A strong lady or gentleman, I want to read this part. I want you to read it.
I am.
Here we have Adem, yes?
Computers give us an easier access to information. Computers give us easier access to information.
Thank you, sir. Computers give us an easier access to information. Computers give us easier access to information. So what is the difference? As you see here, an easier access and easier access. It's here. What is the rule? We use a or an plus adjective plus singular noun. For example, we say a perfect book. A perfect book. But if we don't write book, we cannot write a or an here. You see here? Access is an uncountable noun. The entrance has been widened to provide easier access for disabled people. They have no right to refuse to access to these files. As you see here, whenever we want to use a or an plus adjective, we have to have a noun here. No noun, no a or an. We have to remember. Number two, what is the form of this noun? This noun is a countable noun, which is singular countable noun, one noun, a book, book. But we cannot say information. Information is uncountable. We cannot say air. We cannot say a fresh air. We say fresh air. Or we never say a delicious tea, or we say delicious tea or something like that. All right. So it's enough up to this part for this session. 45 minutes of this class is over. This is session 2. In session 3, again, we will study more about the common errors in English. What are our problems? What are our mistakes? And how can we correct our mistakes using these words? So here I am listening to your questions or problems if you have. It's about English. Whatever you want, you can ask. I'm here to listen to you and answer. If you don't have any questions or problems, you can leave. But here I am listening to your questions or problems.
I just want to say something, not problems or questions.
Sure, Altan.
Sure. Thanks for let us join to you, because when we make it, we can improve us English better way.
Exactly.
Thanks for this.
You're welcome. You're welcome, man. So these classes are for you to improve your English, to improve your understanding, your accent, your speaking. And this class especially is for your mistakes. What to use, what not to use, when to use, when not to use, how to use, how not to use. This class especially is for that one. It helps you to improve. Yes. Thank you, Altan.
I will keep joining. Thanks.
Sure thing. I welcome your presence in my class. I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you. Others? If you have no problems or questions, you can leave. If you have any questions, I'm listening to your questions. All right, it seems that we don't have any questions or problems here. So, good evening, everybody. It was nice to be with you and teaching together with you, learning together, and hope to see you in the next third class of these common errors in English. Have fun and goodbye.
Thank you for everything.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
teacher. Good
Anissa, you're
evening.
welcome. Have fun. Good evening and see you later.
See you.
So long. Good luck, everybody.
You too.
Thanks.